Hey, this is Jack from Alphacharts with a stocks to watch video. Today is June 2nd, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right. Thank you all for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. You can also find me on X at Alphacharts365, posting stuff all the time. I usually market related. I also offer a subscriber group. It's only $10 a month. You get a ton of information, from focus lists, annotated charts, midweek videos, end of week videos, market notes at least twice a week, daily market scans, and just so much more. One of the other things that I do is I annotate SPY chart for risk on, risk off signals, right? And so this is a discretionary that I look at the markets, and it's where I've been putting in where I think we're in risk on and risk off territory. Let's change this to so you can see green is I think that we're bullish. Yellow means start to get cautious, and red means bearish. Now, yellow, when I say cautious, doesn't mean sell everything. It means it's time to maybe raise stops, maybe take profits when we have it, and just kind of let things ride. And any new ads or new buys would be smallish and raise cash basically. And red means that there may be shorting opportunities. And again, this is where this is my track record right here. I guess you could say that because here's the arrows. And so right now, as you can see, I'm in a cautious time in the market. So if you think that this kind of chart or any of this information can help you, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's $10 a month. It's month to month. There's no contracts or anything like that. So if it does help you, it helps you make some money. That's the point of this. Then great, keep it. If it doesn't, then you can always dump it, right? But if you don't try it, you'll never know. All right, let's get into these charts. So we already talked about this being maybe a cautious time, even though we do have a very nice Friday that came through. We'll see if we get any continued traction there. That's only one day, and I don't want to, I'm not going to jump around based on one bar, but it was a nice one. All right, so let's get into some names. First one is AESI. So this is Atlas Energy Solutions. And it's a newer IPO. You see it IPO'd in 2023. And it's got this kind of first real base is trying to break out of. And yeah, I mean, cup and handle-esque, right? So overall, it looks really, really good. We could continue to move higher here, and it's very easy to manage risk, right? It's 2450-ish or so. I'm sorry, 2350-ish or so. Anything below that, unless you want to use $23, which is fine too, right? The low right there in the 50-day. Again, make the trade your own. I'm not going to tell you how to trade, but nice accumulation on the chart as well. So this is AESE, Atlas Energy Solutions. Next up is this is SHFT payments. Again, not a chart that I absolutely love, but what I do love is that we went right through all the moving averages, right? Price went through all the moving averages, kind of came back on lower volume, and you have, this just grouping of moving averages right here. So it's very easy to manage risk, right? Under, we'll call it 6450-ish or so, you're wrong, right? That's an easy place. It is kind of a flag-esque look right there to it, right? So you break the downtrend line, you're above all the moving averages. I think it's a place that you can easily get involved as an early entry type of maybe signal, right? And when you're wrong, it's a very low risk. And that's all we can do is manage risk. We don't know what's actually gonna work technically, right? We're just kind of making educated guesses on this, but we manage risk, and we know that if we get the market backdrop right, it goes back to that SPY chart, our chances increase dramatically. Just the number of edges we get, right? The more edges we have in our favor, the greater the chance our trade is going to work. Next one is AMAR Sports. It's a brand new one as well. They do tennis rackets. I think Adidas is Adidas one of them. Who is it? It is Wilson. Wilson, Peak Performance, Armada, all these Louisville Slugger. So they have a lot of sports equipment brands under their umbrella. Newish IPO. And so where's the trade? So you could say that maybe this area right here, maybe 1450-ish, something like that. It could be your stop. It's kind of tight within here. So, even the low of the day, you could say, I probably would go maybe a little bit deeper there. But either way, I like the way that this is just kind of moving sideways and figuring things out. Back to the IPO, VWAP, which is the yellow line. Yeah, is there an exact trade in here? I'm not sure that there's one quite yet, but we are starting to see where the buyers are showing up, and each time there is a higher low. And so that right there is something, making higher highs as well. So to me, this has the start of an uptrend. And if we take out this low, then we know then we're no longer in the uptrend, right? So that's kind of how I'm looking at this particular chart. I may not trade it right away, but I'm definitely starting to watch it. PRCT. This is Procept Biorobotics. It's a name that I was watching in here quite intently. I'm going to take out this VWAP. It's no longer important. And it was kind of just choppy and gross in there. And then it started to tighten up, and now this is starting to look much better. I like this little flag after a nice big, earnings move higher. Nice little flag, and so yeah, looking good. Breaks the flag, it may have another run in it. VAL, this is Valaris. It's a oil and gas company. And, we have a very clean area. If it's above 78 and a quarter, something like that, I think we could be long this name. That's it, right? That's the trade, right? We break out, we belong the name, we come back in. There's no reason to belong the name. You've had, a little false breakout over here. It tried to move back over here. So if we get a sustained look, even above 80, if you want to even play it safer, that's fine. That'd be all-time highs as far as I understand it. And that'd be fine as well. But again, nice base in oil and gas area. LOAR, LOR Holdings. Again, a newer IPO and very strong look to it. Nice big bar on the IPO date. And then you have just a proper uptrend, low, higher low, somewhere around there, higher low right in there. And now we're trying to move higher above all the moving averages. Again, brand new name, so it's real interesting when they're brand new like this. And so far, it looks really, really good. So that's LOAR. Coupang, which we've talked about in the past. Still waiting for this one to really do something. I've been in it. I'm no longer in it. That was kind of, by the way, this is kind of the note if you were interested in how I annotate charts. This is kind of the way I've been in, so I've kind of followed up. So we started looking at it around 321, 414, 421. And these are different ways that we've talked about getting in this name. So again, if this can help you, become a subscriber. It's only $10, man. It's not that much. So this is, again, starting to set up if it can break out. It's kind of a little choppy in here. So I'd like to see it really start to tighten up and get above this 2375-ish area. That would really cement out the breakout in my brain. HIMS has been really choppy too, right? So that's been a hard one to, we likened it up here, and then it really just fell apart. And then alpha of oh no, this was when they said they're going to get to compounded semaglutide, I believe. So that is this bar right there. And again, they're just pricing in everything at this point. Again, this is one that we talked about in the past. It would have stopped us out after the breakout, right? We liked it up here, and we would have managed risk. Again, a low risk trade. It started to move our way, but then moved against us. So you take what you get and you move on. But I think it makes it back to this $25 area, which is still a decent move left in it. Yeah, so that's HIMS. What else? First Solar. So Solar is starting to make some noise. And I think First Solar is the leader. So if I'm going to be in any solar name, this is the one I want to be in. I mean, with a move like this, it's a first mover. It's really leading the group. It's one of the biggest names. I like this little flag it's making. Went from 196 to 283, so a little like a 50% move, and now it's kind of flagging pretty nicely. So might need a little bit more time, but overall looks, I think, really good. And then the last one on our list today is Dutch Brothers Coffee House. You know, move this kind of flaggish area. This has always been a very interesting area to me. This $35-ish. And so if we can now look how it's held at 23. Like, so now it's starting to respect moving averages. To me, I like that. Again, might need a little bit more time, but if it can, say get above this, $36 area or so, I think that's where we can potentially manage risk against. And I'd probably do it against this lower wick, right? Just let's see what that is. It's about 6%, roughly. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And maybe it gets up to this 42. Okay. And then we'll see what happens at that point. It's been a little volatile. This base has been big. So just position size down if you need to, whatever you got to do. I don't like this trend line anymore. If you have to, but again, it's starting to try to make the right side of maybe even a bigger base. So um, there's Dutch Brothers. All right, so there you go. 10 names. Some really good ones, some newer ones. Again, it's a watch list, meaning, not all of them will be perfectly actionable this week. Some of them are, but we're just kind of some names I'm watching. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, I do a much larger watch list. I do a focus list video as well as annotated charts and all kinds of stuff for subscribers. So check that out. Again, it's only $10 a month. You really the loss is not trying it, right? That's where you're losing. So anyway, thank you all very much.